But seeing Fred turning into a bit of a believer going forward, perhaps especially if FSD keeps improving at this pace, that's a big deal because he has been very critical of FSD, which also means investors that before didn't really consider FSD at all, now they are going to start thinking about it. And if that happens, what do you think is going to happen to the stock price? Now, Electric seems to think that Tesla's stock just surged because of AI and FSD, but I don't think that's the case. I think it was because of new models coming out much sooner. AJ has just done some really good analysis. Pay close attention to this one. This analysis demonstrates that the likely long delay of the first FSD end-to-end release was caused by a significant lack of compute, likely driven by slow Dojo production and or bringing it online. This is a chart from Tesla which was published last year in June, and you can see that if Tesla continued at this projected growth rate, by now Tesla should have had 72,500 H100s. And just now Tesla stated to have 35,000 H100s, not H100 equivalents, but H100s. That's very important to understand. Tesla also supplied this chart showing 38,237 H100 equivalents. Big shout out to AJ for counting all the pixels, because that leads us to a conclusion that Tesla does have some Dojo compute power as well, which is becoming significant. However, based on how much compute Dojo provides, Tesla already expected to be at the current level back in December, specifically with Dojo, but you can clearly see that Dojo is now not nothing. And if all of a sudden there is a major issue with NVIDIA, Tesla has hedged its bets with Dojo. We got some really good news here. I think this is a Toro listing, but I'm not sure. Basically, this guy is renting his Tesla out to people, and a potential customer says, I just want to confirm that this car comes with the latest FSD. That is a primary reason for me booking it. Clearly, there are people that are highly interested in experiencing FSD. And if you think that the interest is not going to get much higher when Tesla starts improving FSD even further, I think you will be mistaken. Steven had a few words to say. It is amazing how stupid investors are. The FSD V12 demo, subsequent progress, and obviousness of Tesla's unassailable lead, which will unlock a $10 trillion opportunity, are completely ignored. In fact, Tesla stock is down 30% since the August 2023 FSD V12 demo, but Tesla giving an update on an 18-year-old plan of lowering vehicle costs causes a frenzy and the stock surges. It hurts my brain, says Steven. Now, a lot of investors were expecting Tesla to recognize a large amount of FSD deferred revenue, but Tesla didn't really do that in the last quarter. It only recognized $281 million. For example, in Q4 of 2022, Tesla recognized $411 million. So Tesla's deferred balance continues to grow and is now at $3.54 billion. The latest FSD version continues to roll out. I don't have the version yet, but I'm looking forward to it. But knowing that V12.4 and 12.5 are around the corner, I don't care as much about this next version as I do care about 12.5. That's what I am really excited about. This is an important piece of information from the 10Q. Tesla only expects to recognize $848 million out of the $3.5 billion in deferred revenue in the next 12 months. This suggests that Tesla does not expect to completely solve FSD within 12 months, but that could be an accounting thing. I personally don't expect Tesla to solve FSD in the next 12 months, but I do expect it to get significantly better. And we do need FSD. This Uber driver is watching TikTok while driving. I think this is a pretty important piece of news that many missed from the earnings call. This is from Lars, who is the president of vehicle engineering at Tesla. We are finalizing the engineering of Semi to enable like a super cost-effective high-volume production with our learnings from our fleet and our pilot fleet and Pepsi fleet, which we are expanding this year marginally. In parallel, as we showed in the shareholders deck, we have started construction on the factory in Nevada. Our first vehicles are planned for late 2025 with external customers starting in 2026. Basically, what Tesla is sort of saying saying is that the current Tesla Semi is not good enough. We're going to make it better. And so that's why Electric calls the Tesla Semi version shown in December of 2022 a Tesla Semi 0.5. But I think one big reason why all of this has been happening is because Tesla probably does not have enough batteries made in the US, which would qualify for these huge credits from the government. So I wouldn't call the Semi from 2022 a Tesla Semi 0.5. I think it's more like the next Semi is going to be Tesla Semi 2.0. If Tesla had USA-made batteries which qualified for the tax credits, I think Tesla would have already started volume production. James says, don't shoot the cat messenger, but Farzad did say it's a very fair analysis. James is talking about the US tax credits, and his conclusion is that Tesla is making a lot of money from these. And because Tesla sets price per the market demand, if for example the Model Y didn't qualify for the $7,500 tax credit, Tesla would need to decrease the price by $7,500 to sell the same amount of volume in theory. But we also know that many people don't know about these tax credits. We have seen many surveys like that. But in total, in Q1, Tesla basically got $754 million from the US Treasury, which was added to Tesla's combined overall automotive and energy gross profit. So why is this important? If anything happens to the IRA legislation, or if when the new president gets elected, it could be a risk to Tesla's earnings because a lot of these policies could be removed.